Hey, it's Rob. Leave a message. Can't believe it's been a year since the last block party. Got some pork kebabs, chicken wings, oyster kebabs, shrimp, potato skins, you name it. See you this app.
This is not a drill.
It's time to grill.
When you're barbecuing, it's really important to get the most stressful part of the day over with. Hey guys, you want some more coffee?
It's time to grill.
Later on, we're having an annual block party. Whole neighborhood comes back to my place. We have some funky barbecued foods, finger foods. Now, I'm doing some kebabs, pork, little shrimp. I'm doing some chicken wings. I'm taking care of all of the mains, and everyone else is gonna take care of the sides, salads, dessert, and most importantly, the booze. So let's just get these in here. Now, I'm just exchanging bags because this is a larger bag. I'm gonna start my marinade. I'm gonna use a little peanut butter for that velvety texture that it provides. Little coconut milk for that really milky, sweet texture. And the major star of my show, tandoori paste. Now, this is just a curry paste, but it really adds that South Asian flavor. So let's start doing a little mix on this, because that peanut butter is a little stiff. You want to sort of incorporate it in here. There we go. Now we need some citric acid in here. A little lemon juice. Here we go. This is going to be marinating for 6 hours. You want to break down a little bit and make that chicken nice and tender. Let's add a little bit of garlic. Garlic goes with everything. Here we go. Mix, mix, mix. Now we want to spice it up a little bit. A Chinese five spice. Let's get that in there. So the five spice consists of cinnamon sticks, star anise, fennel seed, Szechuan pepper, and cloves. Go, let's get that mix in here. Let's add a little salt and pepper. Season, season, season. It's really, really important, because all that flavor is gonna sit here and marry with that chicken. Now we're done. Let's just pour this over top of our chicken. Let's get all that goodness. Let's not waste any of that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Let's do a little zip action here. A little burp. A nice big bag, all those flavors can marry. Now this can marinate for 24 hours. I'm marinating for 6. A little taste of South Asia in my own backyard. Taters, tater skins. Taters are russet potato. Russet potato is what? Starchy, white flesh potato. Really, really nice, works well on the grill. Gonna take my little fork, and I'm gonna stick it in my potato. There you go, just little pricks. This way, the oil will get in, and it'll all cook evenly. Get a nice cut here. Cut all of them in half. Got a little chili, garlic, and olive oil. Just get that on, spread it on nice and liberally. See all those chili flakes coming out? It's gonna really heat up really nicely on the grill. Let's just do the old rub, rub, rub. Let's get our taters on. So these are thick-skinned potatoes, which are gonna really crisp up. And because they're really starchy, because they're russets, that flesh is gonna become nice and soft. And then we're gonna get to hollow them out, throw our cheese and our bacon in there, all that ooey, ooey goodness. Now, look at the crispy skin on this. It's been on for 20 minutes, like paper now. We're gonna hollow these out, and we're gonna fill it with cheese and with bacon. All right. Don't throw this stuff away. This is really good. You can make mashed potatoes with that. But now we have to fill this. You need a little cheese and a little bacon. Here we go. So, a little more flavor, that chili and garlic oil just down in the base, just a little bit. Don't forget to season, but you do have salty bacon, so don't go crazy. This is sea salt, so it's not as salty as iodized salt. Touch of pepper. We always season as we go along. Here we go. Little bacon down at the bottom. Some cheddar cheese. And you can use mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese, any kind of cheese you have at home that you like. So we're just gonna get these onto our tray. Now the beauty is that this all is high heat cooking last minute, so I get to spend more time with my friends and less time at the grill. Put these into the fridge, let them set up. Every party needs kebabs. Doing some shrimp kebabs here. I got some big honking shrimps, peeled and deveined. Look how big those are. Now, we've got to flavor these. We're gonna marinate them. Gonna use a little tequila. That Mexican flavor. Get some concentrate, just a couple spoonfuls here. There we go. Some lime juice, fresh lime juice. Now, all these flavors coming together, that citric acid from the lime juice and the OJ concentrate, just gonna absorb right into the flesh here. Let's get a little oil. There we go. And that's finished. Now, because this is fish, can't marinate it for as long as I did my chicken. So shrimp into the fridge, 30 minutes. Got some oysters here. A little fresh cilantro. And these are Melpack oysters, straight from the sea. Now we're gonna have to get these into a plastic baggie also. Pot. Here we go. Now let's just open these up and get them right in. Here we go. Okay, so we've got some fresh oyster juice in there right now. Let's just mix that around. We're gonna use brown sugar this time for sweetness. Get that in there. Little chili flake for heat. I like it hot, so I'm gonna go all the way on this. There we go. Fresh shallots, some nice onion bite, and garlic. You can't have barbecue without garlic. Now let's flavor these a little bit more. Oyster sauce, just a couple shakes here, because this will enhance the flavor of the oysters themselves. A little clam juice, add that other little balance, a little saltiness. And clam juice is really good, and a touch of olive oil. There we go. A little fresh cilantro here. I just gotta chop it. Make sure I release some of those essential oils. Just a rough chop. Because these earthy tones, the chili, the cilantro, all of that comes out on the grill. So just pop that right into the bag. So we've got our shrimp kebabs done. Now we have our oyster kebabs. These are gonna marinate 30 minutes, no more, because you start to cook them. These are really delicate, don't wanna do that. Let's go do our pork. Gotta trim it up a little bit, but that's okay. Here we go. A little bit of silver skin still left on one. Let's just take that off. Get our knife in, just run it down nice and smoothly. Silver skin is a fat or a connective tissue that's very, very hard. Once it gets grilled, it gets tough. You don't want that. Got to get rid of that. There we go. Just a little bit more here. So take the last little bit off here, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually turn these into kebabs. I'm just gonna cut them into nice little bite-sized pieces. Tenderloin is a really tender cut of meat. Just like the shrimp and the oysters, you don't want to marinate it too long. Let's get this in. Here we go. Let's just bruise our rosemary and do a little strip here. You want to release all the essential oils. And if you don't have fresh, you can use dry. Give that a nice little rough chop. We're using rosemary because it's really pungent and you want to give this pork a real kick and you need to give it a lot of flavor. Rosemary is the herb to do that. So here we go. Straight on top. Some fresh lemons. Do the old squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And because of the citric acid, now you don't want to leave it in here too long because it'll start to cook it and pull the proteins out. I don't want to do that. Just want to get some real good flavor in here. Dry, and some olive oil to moisten this all up. You want to get a lot of olive oil in here because this is the major component for our marinating. Close up our baggie again. We'll close in a burp here. Just like our oysters and our shrimp, don't want to marinate this too long. Into the fridge, 30 minutes. So I'm making some veggie kebabs. Lots of flavor, lots of color. We've got some artichokes, some peppers and onions. And there we go. One's ready to go. Let's just make a few more of these. Put our last little skewer on. I've got some balsamic reducing here. What I want to do is I want to add a little bit of my artichoke juice. Get that in there and start to reduce that. We're going to use this for the base for all our vegetables, all the sweetness plus the artichoke acidity. That's going to be really good on the grill. Potato skins, check. Chicken wings, check. Vegetable kebabs, check. It's going to be an awesome block. Let's finish off our kebabs. That tequila has really infused itself into the shrimp. Got some soak skewers so nothing burns once it gets onto the grill. Simply just chuck it through. A little shrimp, a little jalapeno for some heat, a little pepper for sweetness and color, and chuck another shrimp on. Now the peppers are gonna char and the jalapenos are gonna really heat up on the grill. So those are finished. Let's get our oyster kebabs on. Again, wet skewer. So what we want to do is we want to thread these. 1, 2, 3. It's like a little accordion. So again, 1, 2, 3. We'll get one more on there. So down at the base, up in 3. There you go, finished. Time for our pork. Just get it right through. Little onion here, pearl onion, for a little crunch. Another piece of pork. There we go. Another pearl onion. Now those are done. Let's get these plastic wrapped. Everyone will be over soon for the block party. I've got to get the wings on because they take the longest on the grill. Time to put our chicken on, but first, 2 squirts. Make sure that nothing sticks to the grill. Now, I'm gonna cook on high heat on this side, medium heat here, and low heat here. I'm gonna start the chicken high and then start to work my way to the low heat. Don't want it to burn. Now, chicken wings take about 20 minutes to cook all the way through. So before we get to the 20-minute mark, I'd say at around 15 minutes, we'll move them right over to the low heat so that they cook all the way through. So that tandoori is really gonna come out now. You just wanna make sure they don't stick. Move them around. There we go. Play with them often. Do not let them burn. We're gonna stay with them. These wings have been on for about 15 minutes. Time to slide them over to the cooler side. Just move them over. So they've charred up really nicely. Look at the color. Caramelization here on the wings already. Let's get these over to the cool side. We just want them to cook all the way through, right through the joints. When the juices run clear, you know they're cooked perfectly. So they're on the cool side. Let's get a little wipe in here. Get another little squirt, squirt, squirt. Let's get our vegetable kebabs on. These are gonna take 4 minutes, 2 minutes per side. And I've got a bit of a baste here that I will not use until the last 2 minutes. I want the sugars to caramelize in the onion, and I want the mushrooms to start to get soft. Now, I wonder what side dishes those guys are gonna bring over. Let's give these a last little baste here. That balsamic reduction, all that sweetness, just add that right to these vegetables. Now let's just turn these off. Those are done. Time to put my kebabs on. I've had the grill on high. Let's just turn that down to medium high now. Gonna put on my pork. Hear that nice sizzle? Here we go. These are gonna take about 5 minutes per side. Let's just get these on. You can smell that rosemary. Woo, and that oil. Now this pork's gonna be on for about 10 minutes. If I cook with the lid down, they could start sticking, a lot of flare-ups. So I'm cooking with the lid up so I can see and move them around. Wow, look at the color on this pork. All the char marks, even the onions. That just means the sugars are present. It's nice and sweet now. Those are gonna take another 4 minutes. Time to put on my shrimp. Now the tequila, I can smell it. Let's get these on. And now this only goes on for 4 minutes, 2 minutes aside, just until they turn pink. It's a sin to overcook shellfish. Shellfish, they're almost done. Time to put our oysters on. These are only gonna go on for about a minute. They're gonna pop. You don't wanna overcook these, just put them on. They're not gonna get char marks, but they are gonna warm all the way through. So the clam juice and the oyster sauce, all of the flavors and the cilantro are gonna come out, all that earthiness. We're just trying to warm them through. As soon as they start to pop, literally 1 minute, that's all it's gonna take. Two barbecues full of food, I'm in heaven. The vegetable skewers have just come off the grill. Look at the color. You can tell that there's a lot of sweetness in here. Let's get these off. Just gonna do 2. The rest I'm gonna save till my guests get here. Just move these over. Give this a quick chop. Just a nice rough chop here. Don't have to be too exact. But you just want them all the same size generally. Let's just get it into our bowl. So we've got our artichokes, our peppers, our onions, our mushrooms. All right. Now we have to start flavoring this even more. Some olives for saltiness. Let's dump those all in. Little parsley for color. Little sweet basil here, obviously sweetness. And just tear it by hand. And some salty feta. Here we go, just crumble that in. Let's just mix this all together. That balsamic reduction I had from before, let's just pour a little bit of that over. Just dampen this a bit. Let's just make sure we season this now. A little salt. Little pepper for some heat. Just mix that all the way through. Say hello to Mr. Endive. Not only is it a versatile veg, but this is acting as nature's own little spoon. Let's just layer these around, make it look pretty. Just a little dollop in the middle. And this ties in really beautifully here because we've grilled all those vegetables. So everything came off the grill, nice and hot. Now we've taken it down to room temperature. So these are done. Sort of arrange those a little nicer. Here we go. One thing left to do, get our spuds on. They take no time at all. I've got the barbecue set at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 150 degrees Celsius. Let's get a little squirt here so nothing sticks. There we go. We're just gonna put these on until the cheese starts to melt. You can taste the ooey gooey goodness already. Unlike the kebabs, I'm gonna cook these taters with the lid down. Just gonna wait for the cheese to bubble. Did I tell you it was gonna be bubbling? The cheese is nice and gooey. The bacon is crispy, the skin is crispy. Time to have a cocktail and some nibblies.